Hey everybody out there, this is Kris Nicholson. How you doing? I'm still working on projects. I'm still having a good time. I learn a lot. Not just making this cabinet, but from the cabinets that I had from previous before. I went to a wood shop today, which is a beautiful wood shop right across the street from my partner's job, which is called Constantine Wood Supplies, and they got veneers, they got exotic veneers, they got everything, which is pretty cool. So what I wanted to show you guys is what it's gonna look like if it's black, but this is not the finished product right now. So right now, as you can see, it looks like a black glazed donut. The reason is that because since the sides were cardboard, and you can see in between, that is the cardboard right there. That's real cardboard. But in between the cardboard, there's wood. There's actually wood. The guy said that basically I bought peel and stick veneer, and the nice gentleman said it has to be stuck on a nice shiny surface, which is going to be really cool. So I tried different adhesives, and I was like, nah, you know what? Instead of that, let me just wrap the whole thing. There's just a cardboard side. Let me just wrap it all up with Gorilla Tape, and Gorilla Tape is really good. So this is what it looks like on this side. I took the skid bars off because that I'm just gonna spray black. That's gonna be no problem. Kris, give me a piano, please. Well, it's hard to give pianos away, but you see right over here, this is all. I just took Gorilla Tape and just basically went around the whole thing with it. So let me put this down, because there's lots I gotta show you. Put this right here. And I just have to have this propped up a little bit so you guys can see it a lot better. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Let me get this right over here. It's hard to prop up an iPad, everybody. So, check this out. I got the key action in the way, so I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can push that back just a little bit. So, yes, I put this all with tape, and what I have to do is I have to take something and scratch out and make sure that this tape is actually going to stay on. The reason of that is because the tape is the adhesive that's going to stick to the cardboard. I got the peel and stick veneer, which I'll show you soon. So this is just the beginning part of basically what it is. And guys, I'm building more pianos. After this piano, I'm building another piano. I'm going to show you my other future project. I think you guys are going to actually really like it. But I have to do some tests and make sure it works first before I actually plan it. But yeah, throughout the whole thing, I gotta make sure there's no bubbles or anything like that. So if there's any bubbles, I just have to take something and pop it just a little bit, which is no problem. No overlaps like here. I'm just gonna scratch it in, and I'm taking my own bare hands and scratching everything. But I know I have a tool that I could just actually just rub it and scratch it and rub it and scratch it in. But right now I'm just using my own fingernails. Look at that. My own fingernails for it. So that was one step that I had to do. I had to basically go around the whole piano and scratch it in and everything. I designed a brand new fall board. Brand new fall board. The board's a little bit thicker. Only thing I have to do is I have to get the wood for this piece right over here, because I'm going to make this just a little bit tad thicker, so you don't see this. You won't see that. Remember the screws that was underneath it? You don't see that either. And there was something scribbled right here. The old fall board is somewhere. Right here. This was the old fall board right here. And I had screws right there, and I was like, okay, how am I supposed to actually do this? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the fall board slip, which is right here, and that's going to be with a new piece of wood. And I got premium cut wood, which is more expensive because the premium cut wood, it's guaranteed and it's cut the right way how it's supposed to be. You can go to Lowe's and you can get the machine to actually cut the wood for you. Was gonna say, so this is just a process. I'm gonna have to take out the soundboard. That's gonna be probably tomorrow. Right now I'm gonna work on the exterior. I'm gonna do another video on that. But let me show you some more stuff. This over here, I gotta be very careful with this because I don't want to scratch it, dent it, or anything. This, as you can see on this side, this is gonna be the, this is the peel and stick veneer. And this is, I think it's birch wood. I don't know for sure. But this is the veneer. This is actually real wood that bends. And so I have a line right over here which I have to cut. Hopefully I cut it with the scissor. That will make things a lot easier. If not, I got an X-Acto knife, and I can actually cut it. The guy was like, "Have you ever worked with veneer before?" I'm like, "No." Have you ever ironed? Because if I was going to get regular veneer, it would have been cheaper. I mean, this is regular veneer, but this has the peel and stick. So this actually has the adhesive in the back of it. But it would have been a lot cheaper. But I wanted to do this one because it's a lot faster. I know I shouldn't cheat at jobs, but with the regular veneer, I would have to iron it through, and since it's dealing with cardboard, I'm like, no, let's not do that. So I have to cut this, and let me see if I can find a receipt real quick, just to see what kind of wood is this? Because I think it's birch wood. I think I have the receipt up here. Hold on a minute, guys. Nope, don't have it here. I have it somewhere. Maybe in my wallet. Maybe in my wallet. Constantine. Okay, there we go. And they still, okay, this is, let's see, the veneer is white birch. That's what it is. And just by doing that, I kind of got a little bit of a splinter. But this is white birch. One thing about this veneer, I don't know if you see it, but let me see if I can see it through here. Yes, you can. One thing about this veneer, there's no knots, no splits, no nothing. It looks even. It looks like it's really good. But I'm not going to make it a wood tone. It's going to look like a wood tone for a little bit, but of course it's going to be sprayed black. So the guy taught me how to seal up the wood pores and everything, and to make it sure that it's going to be sprayed black. He said I can actually do it piano black because they have a piano black high polish finish, and they have the wood sealer. It's as much wood sealer as I put on it, and I'm going to show you that. This kind of ate into my budget a little bit. This can right over here, they said this is one of the best wood sealers, which is really cool. And he said if I add more coats and more coats to it, it's going to shine like glass, and I could just buff it out or whatever. So I'm looking forward to that, because if I could do a high polish finish, hey, that's going to look really good on this piano. Another thing that I got, and this is for later on, this is not for now, but I got red felt. This is peel and stick red felt. With the peel and stick red felt, I know I can add another adhesive that'll just stay, so that's no problem. Red felt, I worked with red felt before, but the red felt is going to be, it's going to match with the level with the black, and it's going to be good. So first, I'm going to try a black high polish. Let me just roll this up a little bit. First, I'm going to try a black high polish. They said I can always go back down to satin, which is no problem. But first thing I'm going to do is try a red high polish. No, I'm sorry, not a red high polish. I'm sorry, I'm looking at red. Black high polish. If the black high polish doesn't come out correctly, because what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to have any drip marks or whatever. They said I have to apply the color first. No, sorry, apply the sealer first, the open pore sealer first, then apply the color. So that's exactly what I'm going to do with this. But most of the parts tonight that you're going to see, this is just temporarily. It's temporary. It's not, actually no, I'm sorry, this is permanent. the way how you see the piano like this. It's actually permanent, but the only thing about it is that it's going to be covered up with another kind of, the veneer, which is going to be really cool. All right, everybody, I got to get to work, but I will show you the ending results after this. Let me show you my other project. Here's my other project right here. This is the keyboard action. I took the key tops off, but with this keyboard action, what I'm going to do is, let me see if I could get this over here so you can see it better. It's hard to focus it. But with this keyboard action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put digital components inside of this keyboard action. Another thing that I'm thinking about doing is, of course, you see the action, but you see right over here, that's the damper rail, where the dampers are. There is no digital keyboard that actually has moving dampers, so I'm going to make the first one. On top of that, right over here, this is actually another stop rail, which is what I call a stop rail. And what it does is that when I play something on the keys, right here, it stops it in place. So that's a stop rail that's added. But I'm going to do it a little bit more professionally, because this is not going to be here. That's only temporarily. But this is going to be the stop rail. Now this is an older action. Self-adhesive red felt. That's right. Brilliant. That's right, Larry. So that's a stop rail that's going to be right over here. On top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a lyre, and the lyre is like the pedal lyre, which you see here, which I built, and it's going to have the moving dampers and the moving sostenuto, moving everything. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now, here's the catch. I'm not putting it inside of a grand piano body. I thought what I was going to do is I was going to make a grand piano body just like this one. No, I'm not going to do that. What I decided to do is I am going to price out and see how much plexiglass is. And what I'm going to do is I am going to make this thing out of plexiglass as much as I can. And when I'm playing, there's going to be a light that's inside it that's going to show the moving action while I'm playing. And it's going to be a portable digital piano. So I think that's going to be a great idea. So once I finish the keys, I'm gonna repolish the whole action, make sure it looks good and everything like that. But this is a hybrid stage piano, which is going to have a moving action that is see-through. All right, everybody. I got to get to work. Hold on a minute. I got to get to work, and I got a lot of work to do, and I want to finish before tomorrow or whatever. And I want to finish as much as I can so I can show you guys the results of this. And so do me a favor, click like, subscribe, follow me on everything. Go to my website, www.krisnicholson.com. I love each and every one of y'all. Have a nice day. Mwah.